Hey everybody, it's time for another video intro. And this intro, depending on the topic, will go on both Super Vader 400 and Mr. the Fanboy channel. So this is the Super Vader 400, Mr. the Fanboy, the brown skinned human, and of course Douglas Blair Roberts coming back at you another intro. And this is my favorite and best stuff. This is my favorite and best stuff. Sorry about that. Dog was chewing on something he has no business chewing on. This is my favorite and best stuff. Favorite movies, comic books, cartoons, etc. Remake. I've already done videos, but this is a brand new remake, remade intro and remade video of that version. Previous ones will be in the description box below for those of you who liked and want to see the original ones I did in 2018 and 19. Those will be up too. But this is a brand new spanking one. The only difference between this favorite list, especially for the cartoons portion, is that this list will have adult cartoons, which I chose adult cartoons mixed with the children's based cartoons, which I chose to leave the adult cartoons out of the previous version and have them of a list separate of their own. But yeah, this is a brand new version. And also the format is different. Instead of listing each version and why I like it and why this movie or series is in its spot with each turn, which makes the videos take longer, I'm just going to give a list running down each one, and then I'm going to talk about why certain ones were in the specific place they were in. So with that being said, let's get started right now. Let's go back in time to talk about my all-time favorite things from my childhood, past and present.
Still not clear. So many places to go, there's nothing here. So let's get away from this, 'cause this place will hardly miss. So take me back in time to another world where we feel alive.
It's time for another video. Time for another new video series. And as you can see by the title above, this is my Dragon Ball Evolution characters on a scale from good to evil. This is a video I've been trying to do for several weeks now. I got the idea several weeks from a YouTube user called Wicked Binge. I think that's what his name is. I don't remember what his exact name is, but his videos are taking several characters from a said franchise and putting them on a scale from most good to least good, and least evil to most evil, with gray area in the middle. I saw one for Total Drama Island in 2022. Now in 2023 I saw one for Space Jam, which was real good, which I plan to redo because the Space Jam one had some missing characters who had a big part in Space Jam. But at first I want to do one for films that don't have one, for films and franchises that don't have one. I want to do one for the Dragon Ball. There's probably a bunch of Dragon Ball ones, but there isn't one for Dragon Ball Evolution. So here we go, Dragon Ball Evolution, good to evil. And this is the short part 1 narration. There will be a larger webcam version as a real life superhero in the description box below with a brand new costume. So yeah, also, and finally, to make this video much more exciting, there will be background music in the background, and it will be the Ocean Dub's reused Mega Man cartoon music, Army Awakening, which was used in the Cell and Boo sagas portions of the Ocean Dub adaptation of Dragon Ball Z. So yeah, with that being said, let's get started right now. Number one on the Dragon Ball Z, on the Dragon Ball Evolution characters from good to evil is multiple people. And yeah, mine is going to be different. Mine is going to have multiple people for a list because I go by good deeds and overall personality. And already, number one is Master Roshi, Grandpa Gohan, Sifu Doors, and the Mystics. These are the nicest, most kindest, most selfless people in Dragon Ball Evolution, as they did the most good. They did the most good, and they did everything they could to save the world and liberate it from Lord Piccolo. So yes, let's start off with Master Roshi. Master Roshi trained Grandpa Gohan, who trained Goku. As soon as he learned why Goku and Bulma were at his house, Goku in this universe has never encountered Lord Piccolo, immediately knew what to do. And that was a similar Dragon Ball team to find the 7 Dragon Balls to banish Piccolo from that world before the blood moon eclipses the sun and bring forth his monster, Piccolo's monster and disciple, Ozaru, while also completing Goku's training when the eclipse was near. When the eclipse was near, he saw that Goku would not be ready in time. So Roshi sacrificed his own life by getting together with Sifu Doris and the Mystics and conjuring up a Mafuba which will consume his life forces. Then he taught Goku, his next trump card was teaching Goku full key manipulation. He learned a little bit from Gohan, but Roshi completed the training, teaching him full key manipulation, and finally teaching him his ultimate signature maneuver, the Kamehameha wave. Then, what else after that? Then later, when Goku got wounded by Mai, shot in the head with a gun, Roshi used his Kamehameha wave and the key to bring Goku back to life and nurse him back to health. Next, on their way to the Dragon Temple, he quickly used the Ki Blast to interrupt Piccolo's ceremony, prayer to summon the dragons. Then he hit Piccolo good with the Mafuba. Even when he missed his last bit be alive, he grabbed Goku, who had just transformed into Ozaru, made Goku conquer the Ozaru, regain his human form, and Goku used that power to defeat Lord Piccolo in the final battle. So he did all of that in Dragon Ball Evolution. That's why he and the rest are number one. Next is Grandpa Gohan. Grandpa Gohan is the one who found Son Goku when he traveled to Earth to destroy it when he came of age. Gohan raised and taught Goku and began his training, taught him in the ways of martial arts and taught him the early forms of Ki. He gave Goku the 4-star Dragon Ball, which in the process he ended up sacrificing his life to do this, but also ensuring and saving Goku's life and saving the Earth, because had he not given the ball to Goku, had he kept it, when Piccolo would have came to the place, Piccolo would have killed him, took the 4-star ball, and took Goku, and when the moon would have took Goku and would have made his wish, and the blood moon would have re-eclipsed the sun, and that would have been the end of Earth right there. So by giving him the 4-star ball as a present, he ended up saving not only Goku's life, but also the planet at the cost of his own life. And like I said, everything else with Roshi after that, writes itself, but Gohan kind of started it all. Yeah, it's like I said, these are the most selfless people in Dragon Ball Evolution. That's why number one. And Sifu Norris, he trained Roshi, who trained Gohan, who Gohan trained Goku, but Sifu Norris is the guy who taught Roshi. He's this universe's Nuri Idol, and he helped Roshi, him and the mystics helped Roshi conjure up the Mafuba. So yes, like I said, these are number one on this list for that very reason. Next on this list is Chi-Chi in this version is the easygoing tomboy, and the most popular, and her greatest deed was helping Goku master Ki manipulation, even basically offering herself up to motivate Goku to train, which Goku's Ki training, mastering the Ki training, was needed in the final battle with Lord Piccolo. And you see Chi-Chi kind, nice and sympathetic to everyone she comes across, and lets in some evil, dishonorable person, kind of like mine. So yeah. Number 3, I wanted him as number 1, but he was number 3 for a reason, and that's my man, Lord Justin Chatwin Goku. He's number 3 because while he is more heroic in this movie than he is in the original series, he's still an adaptation of Goku. So he's still arrogant, kind of arrogant, cocky, selfish, and kind of something of an a-hole. In the beginning, he ditches his grandfather to go to a party. He cares more about, in a huge departure from Goku, he cares more about fitting in and impressing the girl he likes than saving the world or martial arts or bettering himself in any other way, or doing anything productive. He's not shown to be brilliant, smart, or brilliant, or good at school, And while he did live up to his grandfather's promise of not fighting Carrie Fuller and the bullies, Augustus and the bullies, he still misutilized, just like Peter Parker, he still misutilized his powers. He still misutilized their powers by causing the 4+ bully guys to beat themselves up and smashed and convinced Carrie Fuller, the head bully, to smash his own car, which was awesome and hilarious. But that's a dick move. He still could have defended himself from those guys without completely harming them and Carrie Fuller's car. So yeah, he's an asshole, and he's only on the mission because of a dying wish from his grandfather, which does show that he is still a good-hearted person. That he also, not only that, when he befriends Bulma, after their awkward meeting, he tells Bulma about the Legend of the Dragon Balls, and he offers Bulma to be her bodyguard because she's going to be backup looking for the Dragon Balls. He didn't have to do that because, he is just there. He is just on the mission to honor his grandfather's dying wish. Dying wish. Then, what also puts him as number 3, and this almost puts him in the gray area, is that he is the vessel. He is the vessel for the reincarnated Ozaru, the destroyer, Piccolo's disciple. So that's another reason he has the Ozaru demon. He has the Ozaru demon inside of him. So that also puts him at number 3. And pretty much, like I said, he's number 3 because for him it's a character journey. I badly want him as number 1, but for these very reasons alone, Goku is number 3 and is at the bottom of the list when it comes to good characters. Now we go to In the Gray. The characters in the middle. First we got Bulma. We got Lise. We got Bulma. Now Bulma probably deserved a spot on the good list. But what makes her in the gray area is that even though this Bulma is way better than the one, way better than the one in the television series and manga, she's still ultimately the same character. So she's still arrogant, violent. She's more rowdy and aggressive and willing to shoot people, and she's only in this. She doesn't believe in the beginning. She doesn't believe the Piccolo stuff. She is only in this. She is only in this to get her Dragon Ball back, make a wish to use the Dragon Balls as an unlimited source of energy, and which will grant her fame and status. So that's pretty much she's only in this for. That right there puts her in the gray area. She only cares about herself. So yes, she should be on the first part of the good people, but she only cares about herself. Therefore, she is in the gray. She is in the gray area. Now, over the course of the film, you see her doing more selfless things, but it's for that reason alone why she's in the gray area, just like the show version. While unlike the show version, she has more of a reason to be looking for the Dragon Balls. They have more of an excuse than the show. They are still, especially with Bulma, they are still wasting and misusing sacred power for their own personal gain, and that puts her in the gray area. Next, my boy Yamcha, who I consider the anti-hero of the group, the Han Solo and Sokka from Avatar Last Airbender of the group. He is completely in the gray. In his first appearance, he robs the people. He robs the group, and he's only in it in the beginning. He ends up doing something selfless later. He has his big selfless moment later, but he is only in it for the money. He's only in it to sell the Dragon Balls, or make a wish for a bunch of money. Sell the Dragon Balls to the highest bidder, or summon Shinron to wish for a bunch of money, become filthy rich. He's only in it for the money. He's only helping them for the money, for his own personal gain. Now he does do selfless things, and his robbery of them turned out to be a good thing, as they needed his tools to excavate underground. So that puts him in the gray area and prevents him from being on the evil list. They needed his tools to excavate underground inside that volcanic area to find the next location for the Dragon Balls. Next, he assisted in chasing Mai, who transformed into Goku, then later Chi-Chi, to steal the Dragon Balls. Then they used his ship to go to the Flying G to quickly get to the Dragon Temple before Piccolo summoned the prayer to summon the Eternal Dragon. Then his greatest hero moment, when Goku goes Ozaru, him and Bulma escape and Piccolo 6 Ozaru onto them. Yamcha, in a selfless move, has Bulma escape with the Dragon Ball while he stays behind and holds off Ozaru and gets knocked out and clobbered in the process. He later wakes up just in time to save Bulma from Mai by shooting or knifing her in the back with whichever your preference, saving Bulma's life, his final good deed. In the end, his final selfless good deed, he sacrificed what he wants, as does Bulma, to bring Roshi back to life. So, but that's why Yamcha is in the gray moments. He's in the gray because of all the evil and terrible stuff and terrible stuff he was doing and his selfish desires. However, his selfless actions later puts him in the gray area, puts him in the gray area. Now we leave the gray area. There was one more character who was supposed to be in the gray area. However, these people are in the evil category. The next group of people they're number one on the evil category, because throughout all their appearances, they are shown to be arrogant, irredeemable, violent jocks. And yes, that's what I'm talking about. Carrie Fuller, Agundis, and his group of bullies. They are shown to be bullies. They are shown to be the ultimate stereotypes of jocks. So yes, while they're not evil like Piccolo and a bunch of other people you're gonna see on this list, you're gonna see on this list, they're bad guys. And even Carrie Fuller, if you go look up his Dragon Ball Evolution bio, he's listed as a minor antagonist. He's part of Goku's story, and he antagonizes, pushes Goku. The only thing honorable about him is that they seem to be bros. They seem to have a tight pact with each other. That's the one that's shown to be remotely honorable or redeemable about him. They're shown to be what's new. You especially see when Goku knocks out his men. When Goku knocks out when you see his men are hurt, you see how mad he is as he's angry and desperately wants to avenge his friend's beating at the hands of Goku. That's the only thing remotely positive about him. Other than that, the guys are straight up bully. Guys are straight up bully who antagonizes, pushes Goku, humiliates him, and does everything bad at every chance he gets. Even the next one, the second in command, Agundus, he's just as bad. Him and his friends, when Goku's just trying to attend the party, Agundus immediately tells Goku to walk away, even though Goku was invited, just like Agundus and the group were. Goku was invited, he keeps antagonizing and trying to, what's his name? So that earns them a spot on the evil portion of this list, but they're the least because they're just regular bullies. They're minor antagonists. They're not colossal threats like Piccolo and next several characters you're gonna see. The next on this list is Ozaru. He also probably should have been in the gray area as he's Piccolo's minion and disciple. But just like Piccolo, Ozaru, in his previous life, Ozaru killed a bunch of people and would not have stopped killing people had the mystics not banded together to conjure up the Mafuba to seal Piccolo and his dark power away, causing the Ozaru to vanish until the blood moon re-eclipsed the sun and brought him back. In the video game did it even more, where the human Goku has to battle the demon Ozaru for control and domination of his body. If Ozaru had won, he would have continued his rampage, killing a bunch of people and destroying everything. So that puts Ozaru here on the evil list, even though he should be in the gray as he's doing it under Piccolo's orders. But he's a violent, untamable, uncontrollable beast who can only be controlled by Piccolo. The next group of people who are more evil than Ozaru, even though they're not the colossal threat of Ozaru, but they're more evil, and that's the Fulham Warriors. These Fulham Warriors who are a tribute to the 1995 Tengu and Puttyman Tengu and Ooze Patrol Warriors from the 1995 Power Ranger film, and they are also Dragon Ball Evolution's adaptation of the deformed Namekian sons, Tambourine, Drum, and Cymbal. Unlike Tambourine, Drum, and Cymbal though, and those other people, these guys have no personalities. They are violent, cutthroat, and ruthless, and have really no emotions, no anything, and are just there to carry out Piccolo's plans. So yeah, they were all defeated easily by Goku and Roshi, but their lack of emotions, violent and cutthroat, monstrous personalities make them much more evil than the Ozaru character. Next is Lord Piccolo himself. Believe it or not, Lord Piccolo is not number one. He's not number one on the list, even though he should be, as he's the most powerful character and the biggest threat of the film. But the film was obviously setting him eventually up for redemption, so that puts him here, Lord Piccolo. With that being said, it's not known why yet, but Piccolo and his disciple Ozaru descended upon Earth 2,000 years ago and immediately began killing people in sight, forcing the mystics to band together and conjure up the Mafuba to seal him and his dark power away, causing his minion Ozaru to vanish. In the present day, Piccolo has somehow escaped. and he immediately is looking for the Dragon Balls and kills and hurts anyone in his way. His first evil act, he destroys a village, forcing one of the surviving members to give up her Dragon Ball. Already, his first appearance on the scene, brutally intimidating the woman, him in mind, intimidating the woman into giving up the Dragon Ball. His next moment, he kills a bunch of fish. He kills a bunch of fish by causing all their water to dry up to get the next Dragon Ball. His third evil moment, Grandpa Goku's Dragon Ball. First he has Mai come in. When he sees that Grandpa Gohan is full, he comes in, he force strangles Gohan. Then he uses his power to cause the house to fall on him, bringing the house onto him. He could have just looked in there. And looked for the Dragon Ball. He knew the Dragon Ball. He eventually figured out that it wasn't there. That the Dragon Ball and Goku wasn't there. Well, he could have just went on about his business and went to where Goku was. But nah, he really had to show how evil he was by strangling Grandpa Gohan and dropping the house on him, killing him. Then, his fourth evil act, his fourth scheme. Noticing Roshi is training Goku, and noticing Mai would need help, he said he had the Fulham Warriors. He created the Fulham Warriors and sicked them on there, but also had Mai come. And Mai, you saw everything she did in the final battle, finally gained control over Zaru. And sicked it on Bulma and Yamcha, his last evil act before Goku finally put him down for a while. So yes, but believe it or not, he was the scene at the end. He was set up for redemption with his scene at the end, where the woman from earlier spares him, setting up for the sequel that never saw the light of day. So that's why Piccolo is right here. But that's when he's evil. He has the top spot, but he doesn't have the top spot. Believe it or not, the top spot goes to Mai. This Mai, unlike the anime and manga version, this is the most deadly Mai, and this is the most evil character in Dragon Ball, and she is not shown to be any other than her loyalty to Piccolo. Is not shown to have any redeemable qualities, any form of compassion or anything. Her only redeemable qualities are her loyalty to Piccolo and her willingness, her doing everything in her power to get the job done, which also makes her cutthroat, evil, and the most evil character on this list. As you saw, she went through everything. She threw a tournament match with Chi-Chi, got her blood samples, transformed into Chi-Chi, transformed into Goku, and Chi-Chi stole the Dragon Balls during the fight with Chi-Chi, during the fight with the real Chi-Chi, in order to gain the advantage, pretended to be the real Chi-Chi, causing Goku to attack the wrong Chi-Chi, the actual Chi-Chi, and knock out his girlfriend. And she turns around and blasts Goku in the head, and then gives no fucks doing it. Ambushes and final evil act. Ambushes Bulma in the final battle. Ambushes Bulma in the final battle, and was really about to kill her had it not been for Yamcha. And earlier, just like I said earlier, with Piccolo, her and Piccolo intimidated a woman into giving the Dragon Ball. Even after giving the Dragon Ball, she still appeared to shoot the woman. Later. So yeah. Oh, and then via flashback from Bulma, she killed the two guards and stole the Dragon Ball, so she doesn't care. She will stop at nothing to achieve her needs, and that makes Mai the most evil character in Dragon Ball Evolution. So with that being said, I'm finished. Get ready for the real life superhero version next. But if you don't want to hear the rest of the music, turn the video off right now.
Is it me, or have we been here before? Why don't we go somewhere that we can explore? So let's get away from here, run to where the skies are clear. And we'll go back in time to another world where we'll feel alive. We won't have to worry with you by my side. There's nowhere we can go, and you can be my guide. As long as you don't run too slow. Take me there, take me anywhere you want to go, to a place that we both know. With you here, there is nothing left for us to fear. We'll make the bad guys disappear. So let's go back in time to another world where we feel alive. Let's go in a hurry, we can run all night until the morning sun, and it will be alright, no matter what may come. So take me back.